If you saw my previous video, you would have seen that I did try a blueberry matcha in a restaurant and I didn't like it. To be fair, because this isn't mashed properly and it's microwaved, it may not taste the best. But I will try like boiling blueberries on the stove if I do not like this recipe. So I've mixed it in. I'm not sure if I should remove it. Maybe I should remove it. Actually, now that I've looked further into it, it does seem like just all the fruit and stuff just floated to the top, which is actually really convenient. I just clocked it's going to be really sweet because I added lots of sugar to the blueberry milk and I added lots of sugar to the matcha itself. Okay, so right now it is 6:57. I've been awake for around an hour. Initially, I wanted to start at 6, then I went to 6:30, 6:45. I just kept having things to do, so now I'm going to start at 7 a.m. My room is a mess. Like, this side is kind of fine, but if I showed you guys the left, it's atrocious. But yeah, I need to plan out my day, which I haven't done in a while. Yesterday I didn't get any studying done because I got my period. By the time I got out of bed and woke up because I woke up late, went out, it was like 1 p.m. and then I didn't get any studying done at my study space. My test is on Tuesday. Today's Saturday. It's an organic paper. Physical paper didn't go too bad, but I'm really worried I made like so many silly mistakes. So I really need to grind for this organic paper. So I say 12 hours of studying, but like maybe like 8 to 12 hours, which I haven't done in a while. I also haven't done my Anki cards in a while, so overall it's going pretty bad because when I was practicing for physical chemistry, it's hard to explain, but I was doing so many past paper questions and I didn't really have time for Anki because my mistake last year was doing too many theory cards and not enough practice questions. To be fair, it could be argued I don't really need Anki anymore because I've pretty much like memorized everything. However, I do want to go over it like one last time, like everything, because there could be one definition I'm struggling a bit on that I don't even know about. Here are my vitamins. I've got my energy vitamin, which is just like ginseng and whatnot. Got folic acid because I'm deficient. I need a vitamin D vitamin because I keep forgetting to get one, but I'm vitamin D deficient, so I need to get back on that. I've got a multivitamin as well because I have an unhealthy diet in exam season, so I need those vitamins. And I have fish oil as well for brain health and whatnot. Oh, and there I also have iron because, you know, while you're on your period, you do lose blood and I need that iron back and it helps with energy. And generally speaking, like I said, I'm deficient in pretty much everything, so. I have somewhat of a plan. It's not very good. Anyways, moving on to my affirmation. I've now written the list on here, at least for the morning, so it's easier for me to check instead of going back and forth between my good night. I'm going to put on some lip gloss because my lips are really dry, and then we can finally start. I really don't want to do 13C or NMR or PAGs. I also put something new here, blurting. I forgot to put that here, so I'll add that. But yeah, I decided to do it in the morning when I'm most awake, most energized, and most motivated. Because I do A-levels, we don't actually use the organic chemistry tutor, but he has been quite helpful. So I'm going to use him as like a basic summary, then use some other American chemistry tutors, then I'll dive into the British side once I have a like overall understanding so I can go more in depth. I don't know if that made any sense, but I've actually seen, like, we have a specification, right, you need to follow, and then if something's not a specification, you need to know it or whatever. But I've like seen some like tips and tricks that, you know, some Americans use, but it's not in our specification, but I can still like, it's kind of like a shortcut and I won't lose any marks on it. So that's why I like watching these videos first before I use what's actually on my spec. Right now I'm going to try my blueberry matcha. I don't know if I'm a fan of blueberries. Every time I try them, I feel like they taste kind of sour. And I feel like I'm just not doing it right. I may have to boil it on the stove and see how it turns out. Honestly, this tastes very similar to the one I got in a store. It kind of tastes like blueberries. You can't really taste the matcha. Then it has this weird aftertaste or second taste. But I will still drink all of it, and I will still try to get myself to make blueberry sweet. If anyone knows what I should do to make blueberries taste sweeter, like even by themselves, and when I used to put them in porridge, they weren't really sweet to me. They were super sour, and I didn't even buy the wrong ones because I buy super cheap ones from like a super cheap grocery store. Today I will be staying at home because I can get more hours done at home on a Saturday than I will if I went out. Generally speaking, I don't like to study at home because I can get a bit more distracted at home as I've got, my bed. And it's not really a studying environment. However, because today is a Saturday, libraries tend to open from like 9 to 5, and the library I normally go to is having their Wi-Fi down, so I'd have to find another library, find spots, maybe find food around there, which means, I have less of a break and more of my break is spent finding food. And then when I get there, because it's new, I need to find a new spot, and I just don't have time for that when I have my exams on Tuesday. Plus, I don't really like studying on the train or bus anymore. You obviously saw me do it in my last video, but yeah. I do it sometimes, like if I'm going to a test, then yeah, I'll do it. But generally speaking, I just don't like to do it at all. To be fair, I just clocked 9 to 5 is 8 hours. So I think if I minus 30 minutes, add 30 minutes, and add an hour for a break, I could get 6.5 hours done at the library today. But I really, really, really do need the Wi-Fi, especially as today I'm teaching myself stuff through videos. Well, not teaching, but reteaching myself. So yeah, it will be me and my pink setup, and I save, I think, around £9 a day by staying at home. So yeah. That was wrong. That was so wrong. Okay, it wasn't so wrong. I will say I spend on average like £10 a day because sometimes I need to get groceries or just something I see in store and I like. But I spend £3 on travel, and I spend around £3 on food. So that's around like £6. Well, I say like £6.50. But yeah, I also get really, really tired after I come back from the library, and I don't know if I can't tell you why, because it's not like, maybe I'm moving around more than I think. I do tend to like reach my step goal or go above my step goal, but I'm not really doing strenuous activities, I suppose. But when I come back around 8 or 8:30 to 9, I'm always super tired, super drained, and I don't feel like doing anything. Like, I don't feel like cleaning my room, I just want to sleep. And it's really bad because the only thing I'm getting done is studying. So depending on how long I study today, like I could be done by 5 or even 4 or 3 p.m. If I'm done by then, I can actually like get my room sorted and do other stuff. Like I need to fill out some forms for a job I have, and I haven't been able to do that because I go out, like yesterday I was on my period, got breakfast, got lunch, got ready, went out, came back, was too tired, fell asleep. So yeah, I think I'll stay at home today definitely, tomorrow definitely, and hopefully on Monday too. But we'll see about Monday because the library should be back to normal and it does close at 8 p.m. Okay, so I didn't film much because it was mostly me just watching videos on how to do stuff in organic chemistry. But now I'm done with carbon 13 NMR. Quickly need to do HNMR, do some examples. And even though it took me an hour and a half, I actually think I'm going faster than I expected, so that's good. And I do understand it again. I have been watching this over and over through a series of months, so I think each time I obviously understand it quicker. But I have always found 13C NMR better than HNMR, so we'll see how HNMR goes after my break. My break's over. I never actually applied lip gloss when I said I was, so I'm gonna do it now. This is just a rip-off Dior oil, lol. So once I apply the lip gloss and my lip oil, it will then start working. I'm also going to listen to some music. am starving. I haven't eaten since like 6 a.m. and it's 10 a.m. right now. I'd say I get hungry every 4 or 5 hours. So I'm thinking I'm gonna wait until 10:30, which is in around like 10 minutes or so I can have an hour of studying done. Then I can go get my second breakfast, which would be like eggs and bacon. So far though, surprisingly, I'm enjoying NMR, and right at the beginning of this video, I was like, I don't like it. So yeah, I'm actually quite glad I did it and I like it. I forgot to start filming, but yeah, I am now moving on to past paper questions.